Okay, welcome to this very short Discord tutorial for ADASS participants. At ADASS 2020, we are going to use a handful of tools to run the conference, one of which is Discord. And Discord plays a fairly central role in the conference organization and is used for registering, okay, onto the platform. It's used for distributing the YouTube and Zoom webinar links to the actual talks every single day, and is also used for general chatting, asking questions, talking to one another, and all of that kind of stuff. Now, first of all, you will notice that I have here the application, the Discord application. I'm not using Discord on the web. There's nothing wrong with using Discord in the web browser. The experience is pretty much the same. I just prefer to use the application, but you should feel free to use either the application or the browser as more convenient to you. Now, you will also notice that my window is white. You can choose the appearance and a lot of other settings by clicking here in user settings. Okay, so for its appearance, you can have the dark, which is the default, or the light settings. Okay, and check those out. There are lots of options. For instance, here, something that is quite important in the voice and video settings, make sure that the correct devices are selected for your microphone and for your speakers. This is something that can create problems in video chats and audio chats. And also you can choose whether you want to push a button on your keyboard to activate the microphone, or have the microphone always on when you are in a video or audio channel. To quit by saving the changes, just the big X here. Okay, so let's see how Discord works. I will give you a quick tour of this application, and I will be concentrating in particular on how to use Discord for ADASS 2020. Okay, Discord is an application that is used by a lot of people. Is a very powerful application. I'm not an expert at all, right? I know the bare minimum I need for ADASS, and that's it. That's it, folks. So let's look at the screen. You probably have a dark theme. I have a light theme, but everything else is the same. You have some buttons here. You have this column here. Here, this big part of the screen is reserved for the actual channel you're in. There is this part, the title part, that is also important, some buttons, and on the right you have the list of people in the server you're in. Now, server, what's that? Discord has this concept of servers, and servers appear on the leftmost part of the screen, this left column here. You will see that I have the home button here. That's not a server, but we'll look at what this does in a second. And then I have the list of servers I am registered on. And I'm registered on the ADASS server. You see here the icon, on the Rust programming language server, on the OCaml server, on the EuroPython server. Then I set up a server for myself. It's completely empty. And then you have these two buttons here. You can create a server. That's what I did to create my own, and explore other servers. And that's how I found these two, right? Okay. A server is a union of channels, is a collection of channels. And channels are these things that appear on this other column when you select a server. So for instance, if I go to the Rust programming language, I see a different set of channels. ADASS, I have these channels, not that many. Probably you will not see all of these channels, okay? I see everything because I'm an administrator on the ADASS channel. Depending on your roles, and I will be talking about those in just a second, you might see all of these channels, or you might just see a couple, or you might see other ones. For instance, as described in the user guide, which is posted on the ADASS 2020 website, if you have not registered on the ADASS Discord server, you will only see registration and help desk. Okay? Once you follow the steps in the user guide and you register on the Discord ADASS server, you will not see registration anymore. You will see help desk, social, posters, talks. If you're also giving a talk at ADASS, you will see speakers. Speakers is a channel that we use as members of the LOC to coordinate with speakers. Hey, your talk is up in 5 minutes. Get ready on the Zoom webinar. That kind of stuff. Logs is just internal for us. Admin log POC. You see this if you're a volunteer or a member of the ADASS LOC or POC groups. If you want to have some fun, if you want to help out with ADASS running the conference, consider signing up as a volunteer. To do that, just send us an email, send an email to the LOC, that is, and you will find the information, the contact information on the ADASS2020.es website. For instance, look at Martin. Martin is a volunteer. He is also a speaker. So as such, he will see speakers, talks, posters, social. He will see admin log POC as well. Okay? And there might be other channels that you see. For instance, you will definitely see the social chat, voice channels, and all of that. Okay? So this is the concept of server, just a collection of channels, and channels are places where that are listed here, where you can go and chat with people. Okay, so for instance, here I'm on social, or go to talks, or these are with the hash here, the pound sign, I don't know. There are text channels. If you have a little speaker, there are also voice channels, so that you can see how you can distinguish them. For instance, here it's an empty test type of channel. Okay, so select a channel, for instance Discord, by clicking on it, on the name, and then you will see here in the biggest part of the window all the chat history that has been going on. If you want to post a message or say something, you just write it here at the bottom of this, the center part of the window. Okay, pretty simple. So for instance, hi everybody. I have the, by the way, I have the headphone cord just over my keyboard, which is a little bit annoying, but anyway. All right, so that's easy. Now, let's look at another thing. You can scroll up to see the various discussion that happened there and so on and so forth. Now, let's look at two other things. One, when you go to a channel, so for instance, now I'm in social, but I could go to talks, same thing, you will see that oftentimes there is something written here on top of your Discord window, right next to the name of the channel. In this case, talks, there is a vertical bar and there is some text. Same thing in social. That means if you see some text there, that means that you can click there and see a message. So let's go to Talks and let's click here on this writing next to the channel title. And you get this pop-up window. Everything gets dark or blurred out. And here you see some information that as the administrator of this ADASS Discord channel wants you to be aware of. In particular, here in Talks, we put every single day the links to the Zoom webinar for the talks and the YouTube streaming also for the talks. Okay, please do not distribute these links. They are just for ADASS attendees. Okay, but every day you say, oh, okay, you know, oh, let's see some cool ADASS talk or a demo or a tutorial. Let's check them out. I wonder where they are. No worries. Go to Discord, go to Talks, click here on the title and or next to the title, and you will get the links. Just click on the link and boom, everything is done. For instance, in social, we have some other information. Just click on here the title and we have this cool thing. Give it a try. It's a cool platform for chatting with other people, do some sort of coffee break type of discussions. That's kind of neat. I do like it. Check it out. Okay. Now, second thing I wanted to make you aware of is this pin icon. Okay. Again, at the top, pin icon. Here we will put from time to time messages which we think are also interesting for you. Okay, here I have a pinned message. This is me. If you go to Talks, pin, you don't see anything. If there is, or if there were, a new pinned message, you will see here a little, I don't know, red dot or something, indicating that there is a new pinned message. Okay, so these are for channels. Again, you can go to various channels. You will not see all of these unless you are an administrator, and we have only 3 administrators for the ADASS Discord channel server, sorry. But you will see some of this channel, a subset of these channels. You go to the one you want to, the one you're interested in. You can click here in this area on top for this information, in particular in Talks. That's where we will post the Zoom and YouTube links, and then if there are any pinned messages, you will find them here. Okay, here there is none, but anyway. The thing that is left, the area that's left to be talked about in this window is here to the right. This is the list of people on that server, in this case on the ADASS server. If you go to another server, for instance OCaml, you will see different people. You will see that we divided people, we grouped people into categories, and actually if you click on somebody's face, you will see, I assume you will see, because as an administrator I definitely do see this information, but I assume you also do. The groups this person is part of, in this case Anna Carla is part of the LOC, and she's also a volunteer and an attendee, an ADASS attendee. Okay. Martin is a speaker, a volunteer, and an attendee, and so on and so forth. In my case, I'm an admin, I'm part of the ADASS LOC, the ADASS POC, I'm a speaker, and I'm an attendee. I'm also a volunteer, you know, but okay, I think that was enough labels. Okay, so we use these labels, we use these roles, we use these groups, call them any way you want, for you to be able to find people quickly. Say you want to find me, Francesco, okay? You want to find me, you know that I'm an attendee, I'm a LOC member, I'm a POC member, I'm a admin. You can find me using this, these groups, okay? We also use these labels in order to determine the visibility or not of a given channels. For instance, if you're not a speaker, you will not see the speaker channel. And so that we, LOC, POC, volunteer groups, can talk to the speakers without bothering everybody else, so that you, as a non-speaker, you don't get notification about any new message that we send the speakers. Okay, that's also the other use of these labels. Now, what if you watched a talk and it was an amazing talk and you just want to ask some question to that person, right? Well, you find them here. I will also show you a quicker way to find people, but for now, let's say you find them. Say you were really amazed by my presentation about organizing ADASS in a pandemic, and you're like, wow, this is the best talk ever. My God, this guy is awesome, incredible. I just want to ask him a question. How do you do that? Well, you can click on anybody's face, okay, or that person's face. Let's say it's Jose Enrique. Well, Jose Enrique is also cool, and he's also on BOF and some posters, so you should also talk to him. But if you just want to talk to the coolest person in the world, me, of course, me. Anyway, so you click on the face, okay? You click on the face, and then you have this field here, and you can quickly send a message to that person. Another thing you can do is you right-click on the name, and here you can, well, I cannot talk to myself, here you can also send a message or start a video or just a voice call, okay? So two ways: click on the face and use this field, or right-click on the name and send a message or call. Now I'm calling Jose Enrique, but that was a mistake. But the call went awesome. Actually, I will. I should just say that it was a mistake to Jose Enrique, so that he doesn't call me back. But anyway, so this is how you contact with people. How do you find people? Well, you can look them up here. It's a little bit tedious. You can also do Control K or Command K on the Mac, and you get this this pop-up window and say you want to talk to Martin. Martin, there you go, and you find people. This way you can also find channels, so social, also find channel. Be aware that Control K or Command K on the Mac will search across servers, and so you see that here I get results from ADASS, EuroPython, and Rust. Okay, so just be aware of that. Another way to search, this is especially useful if you want to search for a given message in across the channels, is to use the search bar here. Okay, and here you have some examples of operators that you can use. Okay, so searching for, you know, something that somebody said, or something that was said in a given channel, or something that was said or written I should say, in between one day and another day, you can use the search bar. If you quickly want to move around, find people, I would recommend Command K or Control K, depending on your operating system. Okay, so for instance, Francesco, it doesn't show myself, okay, it's smart enough to not show myself, but it shows these other two people called Francesco. Francesco is, by the way, an awesome name. Okay, how do you get out, by the way? Just click anywhere or press escape. Ta-da, that's it. One last thing that I wanted to tell you before closing is something that is kind of interesting. So maybe here you're in social, you see, well, this is what I wanted to tell you about. There is, you know, somebody saying something. For instance, Jan said something. Okay, so for instance, Jan suggested this thing, this website, which is this room here, by the way, and I think it was a really cool suggestion. Okay, so I can add a reaction to his message. Okay, so I basically put my cursor on the same line as the message, and then you will see that there is this add reaction or this dot dot dot. Dot dot dot, you can pin the message. If you're an administrator, you can copy and whatever, reply, whatever. But what I think is cool is adding a reaction, and so I think I will do a thumbs up. Okay? Now, it's kind of cute. Is it useful? I think so, actually. I think it's actually useful. Say somebody is, you know, a group of people are talking, maybe here in talks, where is it? Okay, here in talks, they're talking about a given poster or a given presentation or a demo or whatever. And somebody says something that is actually quite insightful, you might want to give them a thumbs up. And the more people give them thumbs up, it's easier to see the important or what people think are important or funny or whatever messages in a chat. Because, for instance, if you go to social, things can get, the history can get pretty long, and finding something is not always easy. But if you have these little icons, you say, oh, okay, this might be interesting. Okay, so this is all I wanted to tell you. One thing, try the voice channels. Again, you can chat with people with the call or the message. You can also go to a voice channel. Here there is this social chat voice channel, but also we have other voice channels, and give it a try. It's quite fun, and you can also start video conferences with small groups of people, I think up to 10 people maybe, and then you can leave with this icon again. Go in and disconnect here and leave. So it's quite cool. It's a nice platform. Again, as I mentioned, it works quite well on the browser. It works also well on the application. Choose the method you want. And see you soon at ADASS.